These are my favorite tea strainers. They're from IKEA. Just metal. Really bad at swallowing pills? Yeah? I'm gonna do this off camera. While I'm waiting for the tea to dry, I'll mention that you'll see this little bowl that I have to the side, and there's already one tea strainer in here from the morning. I just find it easier to kind of collect them throughout the day and then have the like loose leaf inside kind of drain, so that at the end of the day then I can just dump them into the trash or in the compost, whatever you're using, and then wash them out and put them in the dishwasher. But we used to put them just in the sink, and then they got kind of in the way of other dishes, but also then they stayed pretty wet throughout the day. So this is my solution. I don't know, it's just what I do that works for us. Then I let it steep for at least 3 minutes. Yeah, and this is actually a tea from Jasmine Pearl Tea Company in Portland, Oregon. It's my favorite chai that I've tried. I actually found it through one of the local coffee shops in downtown Portland, and I just asked them what they use to make their chai lattes, because it's got a good spice to it. Still, yeah, a great black chai for the morning. And yeah, so I've been using this for lots and lots of years. Whenever I try to more use loose leaf tea, which sometimes I do use bags of tea, and that's good too, although, you know, there are theoretically like research, you know, papers have come out saying that those can put a lot of microplastic into your tea. And so I'm trying to do more loose leaf. Sometimes when I don't have time, or I want a certain type of tea that I don't have in loose leaf, I'll still use the tea bags. But I'm trying to cut down a little bit and just use all my loose leaf tea up, which a couple packets of it are from Jasmine Pearl Tea Company, who I highly recommend if you like chais that are a little spicier. And they have a couple different blends. I actually don't remember which one this one is, but yeah, I think they're all really great, so I would highly recommend. All right, I think that's been about 3 minutes. I just kind of take it out, have it drip into the cup a little bit, and I think you can probably see kind of the color. I can't drink it yet because it's still pretty hot. Yeah, now I got my tea, I'm gonna get back to work. And I was thinking today of just taking you along for some tidying and some cleaning. Our place isn't too bad, kind of the more communal spaces, but my room is more of a dumping ground right now. And I have just a bunch of clothes that need to be put away, and maybe thinking through how I've put things in there, because we just moved about a month ago. My partner was here for a little bit longer, but like the official move-in from me from Portland to here was about a month ago. And I spent the first week or two just trying to get everything that was going to be staying up here versus we have a little storage room downstairs. So trying to get everything that was staying up here to its general resting place, but things aren't as organized as I would normally like, and it means that when I have some stuff to put away, I don't always put it away. And so yeah, I need to do that. There's also some things that are just kind of sitting because we plan to only be in this rental townhouse for like less than a year. Our lease is for a year, and we're getting married in May, so in a couple months. And after that, we're hoping to look at houses here in like the Minneapolis area. But since neither of us have lived here before, we wanted to try renting in a neighborhood that we thought we might like. And so, I mean, it's been pretty good. This is a neighborhood that's fairly close to the airport, so we're not sure if we like some of the noise or like the pollution that you can kind of get from that. But it has a really great school district, and we like their community center where we go to the gym. So there's pros and cons. Anyway, all that to say that some of the stuff that's in our space right now, like especially decor, is just kind of sitting because I didn't want it in like a more basement storage room just in case, you know, anything got in there or if there was like some damp. But we also don't plan to like spend the time to actually hang up anything. So we have a couple things kind of just like leaning on the walls on like shelves and stuff like that. And I think that's all we're gonna do for now, just because it's not worth like our time and like the holes that we'd put into the wall or the potential for like a command strip to pull off some paint. It's not worth it right now when we know where our end goal is to not be here for another lease term. But yeah, because of that, some of the stuff is just sitting in my room, and it kind of comes off like clutter. Initially, like, you know, a couple weeks ago, it felt really great having it all contained in like one corner of my room. But now that we've been living here, it does feel more like clutter or just, you know, something that draws my eyes to it. So I've been trying to think about where I could kind of stash it around here that wouldn't be in the way, but that wouldn't be visual clutter. So I think I'll show you guys me trying some of those options. I think like under some of the beds, or like behind dressers, or maybe behind a bed if it can't fit like under. But yeah, I just have a couple ideas that I want to try, and it's been on my mind because my room has been chaotic for, I don't know, probably like over a week now, maybe 2 weeks actually. So actually a good portion of the time that I've been living here. So I'm just trying to get it together, and I'll bring you guys along while I tidy. And now I will get to work and see you guys later. And just so you fully understand what I mean by a dumping ground, I've got all this clothes. This is like a lot of, you know, the decor I'm talking about, where it's like in one place, but I don't love it. There's some boxes and things that either need to be taken to the garage, or, you know, some papers to declutter, you know. So I'm just feeling like it's a little chaotic, and I'd like to work on it. Thought I'd bring you along for some lunch. We're eating sambar and idli that my partner made. It's pretty good. I'll put it in for 2 minutes, but I don't know, might need a little bit longer. I'm excited. All right, so it is lunchtime, and I'm gonna try to do as much as I can the next little bit. I'm gonna start with just a little bit of dishes. I don't even think I'm gonna take care of putting away all the dry ones unless I have time. One thing that I do that might be kind of different is I have all these, like I have 4 of these little cups that came in a set, and I just put them random places where I might be like having my hands underwater for a really long time. And part of it is I just don't like the feeling of rings, like my engagement ring, getting wet and just like chilling there. So I just put it here. I might forget about it for like a little bit to put it back on, but that's what I do when I'm gonna be getting my hands wet. Anyway, get clean. I'm going to start it. And one of the things I try to do, you know, some things a little more sustainably than just the normal average American lifestyle. So one of the things I do use are these little tablets for a dishwasher detergent. I know that there's, you know, pros and cons to these, but I use them. I have a whole bunch. I got them on sale from Blueland, and I haven't had to buy any in, I don't know, like a year or something. So I'm just gonna use one of these. Okay. Oh, and I just remembered that I need to make some pasta for tonight. I have a meeting in the evening, but I made some spaghetti sauce earlier in the week that's supposed to be for some dinner. So I'm gonna make pasta so I can eat really quickly before I go later, and then also so my partner has pasta. Shells recently, or different pastas. They're on sale for $1 a box, so we were like, yes please. And then we do find that we like to have these cook a little bit longer, so it says 9 to 11 minutes. I think we'll set a timer for 11. It also says to stir frequently, so I'll need to keep an eye on that. Oh yeah, you guys are on my phone. I'll use my watch. Okay. I'm just gonna take the plastic out of here so I can recycle this. Oh, I just remembered I did forget my ring. Of course, I forgot it in there, so I'm just gonna get it out now while I'm remembering. There we go. All right, I'm gonna tidy more of the kitchen while we wait for that. More like sustainable thing we use called a misto. You put olive oil in there and then you pump it to add air, and then it becomes kind of like an aerosol. Sometimes it doesn't like really spray for us, but at least it's like a little jet stream of olive oil that we can use instead of an like aerosol can that you then just throw away. Put some olive oil to help it from sticking. Then I'm gonna let it sit and cool off for a second, and then I'm just gonna put it in the fridge. All right, so now that I've got those couple just general housekeeping things done, I'm going to get going on the main event, the thing that I really wanted to get done today with you guys. And let's see, so I've got about 25 minutes until I need to go back to work. I'm just gonna set a timer for 15 originally, and yeah, I'm gonna put on some music or maybe a podcast or audiobook to listen to. Listening to The Story of Stuff. This one's really good. Doesn't remember my time that I've put in yet though. I've run out of time, so I'll get back to this later.